Xcel Energy is overcharging 17,000 business customers to the tune of tens of millions of dollars. But Xcel isn't going to stop unless those businesses ask them. Our Marshall Zellinger explains.
I think it's very clear we've got a problem here. We've got a really significant problem here.
Not the kind of statement you want to hear from a public utilities commissioner. Megan Gilman, one of Colorado's 3 PUC commissioners, is concerned about this data that shows, when added together, more than 17,000 of Xcel's business customers are overpaying $32 million. And they wouldn't even have to turn off a light switch to pay less for electricity. They're just on the wrong type of billing for their electric usage. Here's why. There's something called Schedule C. That's the type of billing for businesses with smaller electric loads, like a law firm or a bookstore. In the winter, they pay 4 cents per kilowatt hour. There's also something called Schedule SG for businesses with larger electric loads, like a big box store or car dealership. They are charged very low for the actual electricity they use, less than a penny per kilowatt hour, but higher charges elsewhere on their bill.
Over 60% of the customers listed in the SG class do not need to be on the SG rate. The vast majority of them would benefit significantly financially.
Based on the data provided to the PUC, 17,000 businesses that are on the SG charges could save $32 million total simply by switching how they're billed, not even changing how much they use. Xcel has emailed at least 14,000 of the customers to let them know they could benefit from a billing change, but it's on the business to make the change happen.
Here's the rub for all of us. If these businesses start switching to the more beneficial rate for them, and they save money, but it does nothing for the system in terms of conservation, Xcel, in a future rate case, could try to collect more money from all customers to make up for the costs of the infrastructure that it told the PUC, hey, here are our previous costs, here are our future costs, here's our bottom line, here's how we're going to divvy it up. That's how they got to these numbers that people are charged. And so if people start jumping from over here to over here, Xcel's, they call it revenue erosion. Even though it's overpaying to somebody, Xcel sees it as you're taking away from our revenue.
Essentially, Xcel's gotten permission from state regulators to go out and recoup those costs from somebody. So if these businesses that are being overcharged kind of right-size their bills, the money's just going to come from somebody else.
From a future rate case, and we keep talking, this is the electric rate case. Last week or the week before, we were talking about a gas rate case. So yes, the next electric rate case that we're talking about in a year or two will be some of this money, perhaps.
What do they call it? A revenue erosion?
Erosion.
Yeah, but parents of teenagers know what it's like to have revenue erosion in a household. All right, Marshall, thank you.